You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant.
Trufants, we back. What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's up, Kel? What's good, man?
How you doing, Kel?
Nothing much. Feeling good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing well, my friend. Doing
How's the week been thus far?
Well, what's today?
We're recording this on
Thursday. Well, we're nearing the end of the week, so yay.
It's starting to come together. It's been I think it's been an okay week. It's been busy, but we're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Per usual.
We are now on episode 21 of Truly Unruly.
21.
We're legal.
Shot glasses up.
We're rolling.
You got your sparkling ice spiked.
Sparkling ice cup, sparkling ice spiked. Yummy.
I currently right now got my water. Just a little dehydrated.
Is that kombucha over there?
Of course it's kombucha.
Hydration is key.
So the first time I had kombucha, whatever. Anyways.
Kombucha.
That's what she said.
I was trying to kick soda, right? So I go to Whole Foods and this lady's like, try kombucha. It's so good for you and it has a little bit of bubbly. And I drank the whole thing. And then I pretty much shit my pants.
Yeah, it's probiotics, dude. There's a ton of probiotics.
So
there's enzymes and stuff in this.
Well, they worked.
Does it say that you're supposed to sip that? Or do you just slam it? Or
I slammed the whole thing.
And just this one alone, there's 2 servings in this.
Yeah, well.
Of the good stuff, of the... I guess the enzymes
the
and
good
such?
Bacteria, the good gut health. And it cleared my gut.
Yeah, it cleaned you up.
I guess it worked then.
My gut's pretty hard to clear. Oh, well, wait. Never mind.
That's what she said.
I
That's
know.
what she
I was
said.
waiting for it. Okay.
Okay, so today, you guys, we're going to talk about the most important things in a relationship. And there are like 5 pillars of a relationship. Do you guys know what they are? You go first, Jess. What do you think the 5 pillars of a relationship?
Important things?
Yes.
Sex. Did I say sex already?
I think you did.
Sex. No, just kidding. Well, sex is one of them. Communication. Honesty. Laughter.
You're making these up out of... No.
Flexibility.
I like it.
You got like 2 out of 5.
Oh, shit. Well, anyway.
What do you think, True?
Communication.
Yes.
Screw the survey.
Compromise.
Oh, yeah. That one.
Listening.
Oh, shit. Damn.
What else? Sex. Yeah, sex is a thing. And what else? Love. I don't know.
You just named all the things.
Yeah,
that
you got like 1 out of 5.
It sounded good, though.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I know my list sounded a lot better.
Can I tell you what they are?
Hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Do.
Communication, respect, boundaries, trust, and support.
Sex
I like
isn't one
it.
of them?
I mean, we can throw sex in as number 6.
Sex would be classified as communication, I think. So,
See, okay.
yeah. But that's just me.
Okay, and I also want to know with these 5 things that I'm going to read off and read a little bit about. If there's ever been maybe a time in you guys' relationship where maybe one of these things were lacking, or that you might be still be working.
Read them
on.
off again, Kel, just so we could make sure that we
communication,
okay,
respect, boundaries, trust, and support.
Right. Okay.
So the first one, communication. All right. So you've definitely heard the cliche, communication is key. But here's the thing. It's a cliche for a reason. Good communication is one of the most important aspects to having a healthy relationship.
Yeah. If there's no communication, there's nothing.
Right.
How are you going to be in tune with your partner's needs and expressing your needs and possibly your unhappiness if you don't communicate? Like, how can you be in a relationship and just be 2 ships in a night, just passing in the, what is that phrase? Fuck. What's the phrase?
Right.
2 ships
passing in the night. Is that what they say? Yeah. So, yeah, the communication is key to know what your partner wants. There's no such thing as a mind reader. I know some people like to think they can predict the future and kind of know what it's going on in the other person's mind, but you got to express it. And I know for me, that is a hard thing, expressing exactly what I'm thinking versus just keeping it on the inside and kind of just eating it.
Now, I have a question, Marcus. Is that because when you do communicate, are you afraid of how she may respond? Because I know that's some of the issues with some relationships and communication is that some people, I don't want to say they're afraid of their spouse.
I was going to say,
but they're kind of like rattled of like, well,
they don't want to make any waves.
Right. They don't want to get a bad reaction.
Right. Sometimes, but other times it's just out of practice. Don't really have the reps at, putting my feelings out there and explaining them the correct way. It's not that I'm scared. At times, I've grown now, but don't really know how to do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Jess, do you ever have any issues at all, like sometimes communicating with him on like figuring, like not necessarily like fear or scared, but like trying to find the right way to just get it through his head so he understands?
Well, I'm pretty straightforward every time, but I've grown. I've learned a little bit about how to effectively communicate without pissing him off, but he doesn't really get pissed off, so I don't even know.
Have practice.
Practice
makes perfect.
But no, I have worked on my communication with him too.
Right. It's good.
And it works. I've learned to listen. You got to figure out how to listen too.
Right.
I know for me, okay, I hear it. I'm just going to pass it off as the wife being angry, and then it's okay. Right. I'm back to the same thing. But you gotta really pay attention.
No, but I think that's
a part of communication.
I think that's part of communication.
Okay, I'm like, because you can do a bunch of talking and not be heard.
That's true.
So
there's a difference between hearing and listening for sure.
You've got to be an active, engaged listener.
I agree with that.
Yes, I understand. I know you're mad at me, honey. I know you have to ask me to take the garbage out every hour, but I understand. That's how, you let me go and then you say, yes, I get it.
Or you take it out if you really feel that intense about the garbage. Or the kids take it out. You got 5 kids and they get off easy.
I do sometimes.
So that's always my response. I'm busy sometimes. I don't want to take the garbage out. Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, please. And then they're crying.
But then they don't do it.
Trash
and
is
then
on the floor, a hole leaking through the whole
the garbage
house.
Juice is my most hated. If like juice is dripping on
disgusting.
Garbage juice.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Now he gets mad about garbage juice.
Yeah. Don't you pour ice cream and soda in the, especially if you're not taking the garbage out.
It's garbage.
But I'm gonna just leave it at that. I don't want to go into the garbage juice thing because that's
a sensitive subject.
No, but I mean, I get what you guys are saying because we've had the conversation before about talking at and talking to someone. And so I think that determines on how a person does reciprocate the information if they're going to actually like listen to what it is that you have to say.
All about the delivery.
Right, and all about the delivery. And with you just being so straightforward as you are, and that you said you've practiced, so have you worked on your delivery?
I try. I do. I really do try.
Yeah.
Like inside, I'm like, ooh, I'm really mad and I really want to let him know. And I'm going to do it in a very calm manner. And I'm like, Marcus, is there something like that? Anyways, sorry. I'm like, Marcus, you didn't take the trash out. We're going back to the garbage juice. And then he just goes, well, then you take it out. And then it doesn't go too well. That's when it's like, the controlled. It's like, oh shit, here we go.
Was it because
Gloves off.
that wasn't the response you were
That
looking for?
wasn't the response I was looking for, especially when I have to ask you all the time, and then you're going to turn around and say, I should do it. Oh my God! So then it just yeah.
And that's
But I
unfair.
try.
I know, yeah, I get it. It's
I do
unfair.
try.
And what I do, if I like something that I don't hear, I may have every now and then I'll have a snappy response if other things are going on and maybe I've had a stressful day or whatever. Then I got a quick snap. Then I'm like,
say it.
okay, man, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And let me eat this. And then if she comes back with the counter and then I just eat it though. I just eat it and know, and then yeah.
Okay, well,
I
that
roll with
leads
it.
us into our next pillar,
Okay.
which is respect. All right, listening to your partner, like actually listening, just not waiting to speak, Jess, and trying to understand their perspective is a key way to show respect in your relationship. I'm just messing with you.
I was like, well, I guess there is no respect.
Another key way to establish respect in a relationship is to be considerate of your partner's privacy and boundaries. You are not entitled to know everything that your partner does and everyone who they interact with.
What?
I feel like it's a little different when you're married. I feel like
I'm like, what is that for? Is that for when you're dating?
That sounds like more of like of a dating thing. When you're married,
when you're getting to know somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
But, at times, I think maybe even in marriage, you do need space and you do need privacy and you just need to get away. And so your spouse has to respect that and allow you that. But that's not really the case for us. We're pretty much joined at the hip. So.
But we do need our own space, and we have joint friends, of course, but we split up and we do stuff. The guys go do stuff, the girls go do stuff. So,
and that is important to have
Right.
friends, take time with your friends separate from each other, as well as it's important to have friends together and to
Right.
bring your friends together. So, yeah.
but to go back to the respect thing, I think that crosses over to the communication piece. If you feel like you're being disrespected or certain things aren't being respected, time, efforts, et cetera, you got to tell your spouse
You gotta
that.
say something.
Yeah, I
You know
think,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I've seen, or I've heard of like some like marriages where, I don't know if it's because, the couple are comfortable, but, the husband or the wife will just start kind of talking to each other crazy. And I've seen that. It's like, I don't know if it's like, oh, well, we're married now, so like I can really like let my hair down, because we talked about this last week, how like, in emotionally draining relationships, how
Right.
like you just, when you're married, you can't just break up with someone,
Right.
and so like there's certain situations where like, your spouse might talk to you crazy and be like, well, I don't like that. And they're like, well, I don't care if you didn't
Right.
like that or not. And
Or it's built up.
Yeah. And
You haven't taken the trash out for 3 weeks, so I'm really going to let you have it today.
Explosive.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
If
Yeah.
it happens. And that's not good, though.
no, it's not at all.
Yeah.
But there is, I'm strong personality, opinionated, very straightforward, and but you do have to respect your partner. There is a level of respect. You cannot be going ham at your partner, just in general, in public, with your friends, maybe in private.
Everybody,
But,
well, yeah, I'll let you finish, and then
Did you just cut me off?
a little bit, but my
Ooh.
bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Respect.
There is. You have to respect your partner. I mean, I don't know. How can you really function properly when you don't respect your partner or communicate effectively? I don't know.
Right.
Well, I think some people get kind of comfortable and complacent, and their partner would talk to them crazy, and they're just like, whatever. They're used to it. It's just that's just how she talks, or that's just how he talks. And I'm like, well, no, they should not be talking to you like that.
Right. Is that how you were talking from the start?
Right.
Or, some people, hey, to each its own. And for some couples, that works. The banter, that works.
So toxic. That's
It is.
so damn toxic.
And some people feel like they're not in a loving relationship if they don't have that type of drama or that type of back and forth. I mean, there's no judgment. It's just to each his own. But
Judging.
I mean, it's different. It's
Right.
different. I don't like it. I don't like that type of energy, and that's not good for me.
I think a lot of that has to do too with insecurity, where some folks like they won't get out of that kind of situation because they don't want to be alone. They don't want to be by themselves.
Yeah.
So they'll put up with like a certain level of essentially abuse.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't want to
Yes.
be by themselves, and that's
Yes.
like super, super sad.
Verbal, mental abuse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that leads us to our next one. Our next pillar is boundaries. We all have personal boundaries on what makes us feel good, comfortable, safe, etc. In a healthy relationship, you should feel 100% comfortable communicating those boundaries and know that they will be respected, and vice versa for your partner.
I agree with that too,
Yeah.
because it just kind of all goes together. When you're not comfortable communicating to your partner, that's not good.
Right.
That is not good, because remember, communication is key. So it all kind of, like I said, it ties in. You have to be able to communicate with your partner so they know your wants, your needs, if you're unhappy about something, so that there has to be that comfortableness in your
Right.
relationship.
What I'd say,
But that takes time for some people.
it's
too.
a fine line when you come, or when it comes to boundaries and making sure that you're sensitive to that. It has to be on both sides. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It can't be a one-sided thing, because that's when you have issues as well. Okay, I'm always doing this for you, or I always feel like I have to walk on eggshells and all this kind of stuff. So it has to be kind of just like a dance. I always talk about it as like a dance. So you guys got to work together on it. So I have boundaries, Jess has boundaries, but there's always a compromise. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have this boundary or you have this thing, you may have to pull back on that a little bit if that's not good for your partner. If y'all can dig that. I mean...
Oh, Marcus.
Like, do you guys, I mean, I assume now at this point in your marriage, but in the beginning, like, was it hard or ever hard to understand the other's boundaries of like, well, why is that such a big deal?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And how long did it take time to like understand, like, okay, look, like he or she, like this is their line. I have kind of habitually crossed this line,
I'm like,
and they obviously don't like it.
Step over.
Yeah, step over,
Like,
step back.
Yeah,
Right.
Right.
And like, how long would you say did that take? Or
Oh, well, that still
ideally
happens.
Really?
Yeah.
After 16 years of being together?
Yeah, of course, there's still boundaries
but don't
crossed
you-
occasionally.
But don't you know better? Because you're like, all right, like I know they don't. Well, I know you though, because you're like,
yes,
you're like,
I know better.
well, no, because like certain things you do, Jess, and you've said it yourself, is you do it to try to get a reaction out of him.
Right.
Do you think that's healthy?
Well, do you think it's healthy to have a partner that doesn't react at all? So sometimes you got.
Hey man, I can't help this movement.
Sometimes you gotta hop over the
chill
line
and-
just a little bit, like just hop, and then you jump back.
I would say this, that the boundary portion is, when you need to clean it up. I know that I used to be totally oblivious to it, right? I would do it. I would
Yes.
step over and she would get mad and all right, cool. And step over and step. But now I'm like, okay, damn. All right.
Right.
I better clean this up. I stepped over the line. I know the boundary. I might've been unaware or I didn't do it on purpose, but I need to clean this up. I need to make this right.
Right. So it still happens,
Right. And you do the same thing.
Right. I do.
Right. Sometimes.
I do.
when
I
you-
do. God.
My bad. Cut that. No.
I do. I know when I've crossed a line, and it takes everything in me. Like it takes prayer and self-talk and
What does the voice in your head say?
To say I'm sorry? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, I said
the voice in my head says, go, go, go. You got him. Get him, get him, get him. I feel better. But then the guilt sets in, and it's like, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably shouldn't have said that. I probably shouldn't have crossed that boundary. And I come back.
But that's good, though, that, like, you at least, like, even after it's done, you'll take the time to immediately, like, be aware of it and be like, all right,
yeah,
I know I kind of did that out of emotion. Let me, like...
And that takes time, though.
You know?
And that takes growth, and that takes,
It takes growth and...
time and learning your partner, too, because you know key words, key phrases that, you know, I don't really get down with. And I know the same for you.
Oh, he does.
Hey, there's some people, though, that, like, aren't even that far, that don't even, like, care.
Right.
You know, it's like, well, I crossed it, but I was mad, so whatever. Right. You know, and not thinking of the other person's feelings or emotions, especially if it's someone that you love.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's why sometimes when you're getting ready to go there, you might have to take a cool off period and think about things.
Cooler heads prevail, always.
Exactly. And my head is always hot. So, yeah, like I said, there's a little voice in my head that's like, it's like fight or flight for me.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Everything's fight or flight. So I'm like, oh, here we go. Round one. Ding, ding. But, it's funny.
But it works, though. Yes, it works. And we're different people, so we have different ways of getting back to the middle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She has her process.
We always get back to the middle.
Yeah.
That's good.
I have mine. I'm not so much of a cooler heads. I like to fix it right now and let's be done with it and let's move on. All the fighting and maybe the silent treatment and all that, I don't like that. Let's just get through it and let's figure out what's wrong and just be done with it. But that doesn't work for Jess. If we're in the heat
silence
of the
volumes
moment, okay, I let her step away. But I had to learn that. So I had to learn that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's like
practice.
Like we said, it's work. Everything is work. We're not perfect. I most certainly am not perfect. You're close to perfect, but you're not.
Thanks, love. Thanks, I appreciate that.
But we're constantly working on it. We're working to be better for each other, and that's where the communication comes in, when we check in with each other and go, so what don't you like about me today? You know, stuff like that. And
damn, y'all do that? What do you like? What do you don't like about me today?
Sometimes.
Really?
Let's keep it real.
Right.
But that's good though, because at the same time, like, it doesn't make your relationship complacent.
Right.
Yeah.
And who likes their spouse all of the time?
What'd you say last week?
Do you like your kids all of the time?
Last week, what'd you say? I love you, but I can't stand you.
But you love them. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the next pillar. Trust. And this is a big one. Okay. All healthy relationships require mutual and unguarded trust between partners, regardless of what either partner has experienced in the past, like a cheating ex, or a partner or a parent's divorce. In a healthy relationship, your partner will trust you completely.
Yes.
Yes.
But that takes work.
Right.
Yeah.
It just depends. It just depends on how you came into the relationship.
That's
right?
very true.
And kind of just like respect, sometimes trust is earned, and you have to show and prove to gain trust. Mm-hmm. Right. So, what do you think?
I would say, yeah, trust is very important, and people deal with trauma differently. So just like you said, with a person, their parents have been through a divorce or cheating ex or this or that, that's gonna affect your spouse, and you love your spouse, so you deal with that, you talk through that, and you communicate through that, and you work on that. And again, I mean, it's a dance, so you got to work through that. But trust is very important. Trust has to be a big part of the foundation of the relationship.
It is. And once you have trust, or, you know, cultivate that trust and all that kind of stuff, you don't want to lose your partner's trust.
Right.
For any reason.
So
At all.
so let's say you're going into a new relationship with trust issues, and the person that you're seeing now is a good guy or a good girl, right? But you're bringing these issues from, let's say, from a parent's divorce or from a cheating ex into this relationship. Do you think that is more of like self-work that needs to be done for you to be able to trust again? Because let's say this new relationship, this person ain't done shit to you.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Because it's like, you bring that into a relationship, I feel like that's going to drag the other person, exhaust the other person.
Could push them away.
Push them away.
And if they have trust issues, they're not going to trust the person that they're with just off top, no matter what they do.
Right.
And so, yes, that is something you have to work on yourself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like for your partner that you need to respect them as they are. You know what I'm saying? So everybody comes with baggage. Sometimes you gotta go with whatever your partner comes with into the relationship. You gotta accept their baggage. They have to accept yours. So when it comes to those previous things that might have happened in an earlier relationship or trauma with, parents going through a divorce, sometimes you got to work with that a little bit. And not saying it's a given, but sometimes that may not work out because you can't handle it. It's too much.
That's where the support comes in. And you support your partner and encourage your partner
to take care of themselves. But I'm just saying,
to work on those issues.
There's a portion of that as a partner, you have to deal with what comes with that person, because that's just them. It's a part of them.
Or you don't.
Yeah, that's
or you
true.
don't.
Exactly.
Or you don't.
It's
Or you don't. It's a fine line.
Right.
Yeah. A thin line.
Broken. Time to go.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Jess, because it's like you choose to be there in a relationship. You're both choosing to be there, and if you're bringing some shit where it's like, you know what, I'm going to exit stage left.
Whoa. Sometimes,
or just be perpetually unhappy.
Sometimes.
So what?
You got to wait. You got to be patient. That person can't just flip the switch and get rid of all the nasty, ugly stuff that happened to them.
What point?
Yeah, that's
do
true.
You go, enough is enough.
That's very true.
I am pretty much being
agree.
abused.
I agree. But where's the cutoff line of, okay, are you just going to cut them off immediately if you don't like what you see? Or do you like, okay, I see the potential, let me push, or let me wait and pray and hope.
You can't change people.
But people can change on their own.
Yes. They have to want to change.
They got to make the first step.
Right. So.
And the second and the third sometimes. So.
Yeah, I mean, you can try to do your best as a spouse, as we're going to go into this next one, support and try to help your spouse better themselves. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you don't want to try to change someone. It's not the person that you fell in love with.
Right.
Or
so
who you got with in the first place.
If you fell in love with a fucking crazy, well.
That's what you get. What you see is what you get.
You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
Well, that leads us into our next part. It's the last one, which is support. One of the biggest things about being in a healthy relationship is having a supportive partner who has your back, whether it's sticking up for you when someone says something mean about you, or always being that rock you can rely on. In a healthy relationship, you and your partner will support each other and treat each other as equals.
Yeah.
Is there ever a time where you guys ever felt like you weren't equals at any point in your relationship?
No, I don't think so. No,
I don't feel like we go through that. I know a lot of people they put a lot on the athletic part of it, right? And being a pro athlete, but that's people on the outside looking in,
right?
Being in a relationship and being being with a person, that's kind of like I don't know. It's like the fan part of it. But when you really get into our relationship, we try to make it as 50-50 as
we stand side by side.
Right.
Possible.
As it should be.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So
we stand side by side, and
I'm not saying it's always perfect and
right.
things happen, but we And you got to get through it. And you got to let your partner know, okay, I'm feeling like this. I feel like you're not helping or assisting in this area, which most of the time, that's what I heard from time to time. So I had to learn to accept that. Okay, I'm kind of just going about my business like everything is cool, and there's, 4 or 5 kids at the house. And
Were any of those things, though, a little extra?
There's always a little bit extra.
What are you talking about?
Should we say it, Kel? I don't know.
Wait.
Well,
No, really. What are you guys talking? Extra what?
Extra, like putting a little bit of extra sauce on it. Like, is it really that bad or?
Okay.
But what I would say, and I'm about to clean it up. See,
here comes the voice.
sweep.
Here
I sweep
comes
it.
the voice.
But I had to. Okay, it's maybe extra to me, but where she's coming from and where she's feeling, I need to respect that, and I need to pay attention to that.
Right.
So I need to come out of my own skin, my own thoughts, and I need to
Perception is reality.
be open.
No, perception is someone else's truth. That's what perception is, Jess.
I just need to be open to it.
Don't throw that one out there.
Your perception, it is. And
Everybody has their own perception of how
their own perception. Right?
Perception is someone else's truth. It may not be the truth, but what somebody else sees and perceives, they may believe.
But as a partner,
it's the truth.
you kind of got to respect that to a certain point.
Yes,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? If you want to be happy or if you want to be open to a conversation.
Right. So, I don't know. I'm not even extra, though.
If I could whistle. All right. Never extra?
You're never extra at all, Jess?
No. And I'm sticking by it.
All right.
Yeah.
Not when it comes to, my needs and wanting something specific.
Perception. Jess's perception.
I don't think I'm, well, nope.
It's
All right.
okay, though. It's okay.
Nope,
It's
I'm
okay.
sticking to it.
Yeah,
Nope.
and it's all right.
I'm not extra.
It's all good.
Just in clothing and accessories and everything else.
All right.
And personality.
Okay, so there's never really been a point, well, obviously not now recently in your relationship, but you guys don't feel like there's mutual support, because there obviously is. But was that harder for you, Jess, let's say when Marcus was playing and he wasn't home and there was like certain things that you needed and you just wanted to make a phone call of like, hey, I just kind of right now just need you, I just want to hear your voice and just kind of need your moral support. Mm-hmm. And was he ever just kind of like, I'm busy, and just, like.
Never.
That's good.
Never. And when he was playing and I was a mom of very small kids by myself, it was, you just adapt. Mm-hmm. And I got used to it. And but as soon as he walked in the door at 5:45 or 6 o'clock, I would pretty much throw the kids at him like a pass.
Take them.
Seriously, it was like a pass. Your turn, tap out, tag, get in the ring. So yeah, no. But
And my perception could have been,
it could have.
I've been doing my thing all day too.
That's why
But
I love you.
I understand. I've been left with the kids on my own. Being a new dad and trying to navigate that, and I
shit's
understand.
Hard,
yeah,
that shit's hard, brother.
I understand. So I tell people all the time. They talk about training camp and 2-a-days and all that, or you stay at home and you watch your kids for a couple hours at a time. And what's harder? And I would always say the kids is tough duty, man.
Right. Or you take the kids out of the house with their hair not done in pajamas and somebody's like, oh, I saw your husband and your kids out. That's how you brought the kids out of the house?
Hey.
That's how you brought the kids out of the house.
You're extra. I'm not. I'm about being comfortable. And if the kids is fed and safe, all the other stuff doesn't so much matter.
Are you
to
the
me.
dad that you let your small kids dress themselves?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Or I dress them with not very much effort.
I know I've told the story
So
about
you
when
know
I
what
was
I'm saying?
driving home one day and I saw Marcus. I saw a dad and his son walking, and I pull up a little closer.
And at the time, I had all girls.
And it was Carmen and Marcus, and she had a backwards hat on with a poof coming out, some oversized pants, and like a big t-shirt and some tennis shoes. And I'm like,
everybody's style is different.
oh,
I got my style and you got
what
yours.
What are you doing? Don't. But you know what?
She was happy.
I commend him. He is very hands-on. So when I was throwing the kids at 5:45, he's ready.
Right.
There was never a moment when he was like, I'm tired. But he has like FOMO with the kids. So as soon as he comes home, he wants to jump right in because he doesn't want to miss any moments. Because he's gone from sometimes 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. He was gone on the weekends.
I would miss birthdays and holidays, all types of stuff.
He missed Christmas, Thanksgiving. So
you missed Christmas?
Yeah, 1 year.
Yeah.
Really? What was going on?
I don't even know what I did that year.
I don't even know.
Survival
Did we play on Christmas? I think we might have had a game on Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Something, or the day after, something. But he was gone. And so, yeah, he wanted to be there. When he came home and they were screaming and crying and I was screaming and crying, he stepped right in.
Are you, I got a question for you, Kel. Are you, did you change a lot of diapers?
Oh, yeah. I changed diapers to this very day. Absolutely.
It's weird when I hear that guys
It's a lot of guys that don't.
diapers.
Yeah, that's weird.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that not
I changed diapers.
Is that not your role? You can't change diapers?
No, I have no problem changing diapers.
No, I'm just saying, is that just solely a woman's job to change diapers?
Myself personally, I'm not about to let my child walk around in no dirty ass diaper. Like, absolutely. Like, you stink, we're changing that.
Right.
Yeah. I change diapers for sure. I'm very hands on with my kids. Like, super hands on. So I'm involved in everything. So, like, it ain't no thing.
It's just I guess it's just the the guy. He wanted to change that. He wanted to do those things.
To each his own.
So I'm like, hey.
I mean, some people that don't, and maybe they flourish in other areas.
What areas are you talking about?
Well, I know with my kids, I do so much shit for my kids. They're never gonna be able to tell me when they get older that I ain't never did shit for them. Because they'll be like, I changed shitty diapers. I was at my son yesterday. He had baseball practice, and we're at this school, and there was nowhere to pee. Dad, I gotta go pee. I said, come on, we're gonna go figure it out. I said, son, you're a boy. The world is your toilet. Okay? We're gonna work it out.
You better find this tree or this stump, right?
Shoot, no, I opened the car door and was like, turn, just don't pee, don't hit my car, and just pee right here. And we peed right there in the parking lot. You sure in the hell did. It had hand sanitizer and all that. What?
I remember one of the kids didn't want to pee in public.
It was Carmen. We had taken her to the Stevie Wonder concert at the amphitheater.
Yeah.
And she was potty training, kind of, or she was potty trained recently, newly potty trained, and she had to use the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, shit, we're walking to the car. You can't go back in to the theater. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I'm like, all right, Carmen, I'm going to teach you how to pull down your pants and squat. So we opened the car door, just like you did. And I'm like, okay, come on. She refused. She's hysterically crying. And I'm like, come on, you got to pee. Just go, Carmen. It's so easy. Well,
it's so easy.
Well,
you should have had her in a pull-up in that situation that you knew you were going to a concert.
Or an extra hoodie or something.
Yeah, I would have had the pull up ready.
So she's crying and she won't go. She won't go, and we put her in her car seat, and I think she pretty much pees immediately as soon as she gets into it. It's different for girls,
right?
Papa squat. You don't learn how to do that till you're like drunk and you're leaving the club and you're in Seattle and you got to pee and you have your friends pull over. Yikes. And the car lights are on. It's completely dark, and you
sounds like someone has experience here
to squat, and like 6 rats run by. So, that's how you learn how to squat.
Did you know this about your wife?
Yeah. Some of the stuff I try to block out.
Yeah.
Or when you've been drinking and you pull down your pants to go potty and you potty
You're such a mom.
to use the bathroom.
Hot
and you
piss?
think you've gotten your pants all the way down,
Oh no.
and you have not.
Oh.
But that was way back. That was like 20.
Long
long
time ago.
Like, I was legal. Okay.
All right. Well, this
Sorry.
was a great
I digress.
episode.
Awesome.
A lot of TMI here in the last 2 minutes, but that's all right because that's what we do here.
No.
So
Why can't girls? Why can't the world be girls' toilets?
I did not say that.
Like, why? Why can't?
It can be.
Why can't we?
It can be. You're more than welcome for it to be.
I gotta go. There's no bathroom in sight.
Do what you got to do.
I'm
Don't
just-
hold that poison in your body.
Yep, that's right.
Well, this was a very interesting episode.
great episode.
It was great. It was good.
Lovely.
Episode 21 is in the can. Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Remember to like, subscribe, review on YouTube if you're watching us on Marcus Trufant's YouTube channel.
Hey.
And of course, you can listen to us on all streaming platforms. We are everywhere.
Yay.
Apple, Spotify, Google, all the good stuff. So of course, remember to leave a review, subscribe to us. Don't miss out on any episodes. Follow us on Instagram, trulyunruly_podcast. Follow Marcus_Trufant on IG. At Fab5Mom, you'll find Jessica on Instagram and me. I am Media Kels on IG. And this was good and this was fun, y'all.
Good
Yeah.
episode.
Shout out to Sparkling Ice Spiked for the delicious
Hey,
beverages,
the goodies.
the goodies.
Yes.
And till next time, y'all, peace and love. Oh, I always, damn it, every Sunday, watch us on Converge.
Converge.
All right, now, peace and love, y'all.